Motivation, because so sorry, my memory is so bad, so I don't remember clearly the words from Praise to Bodhicitta, written by Japji Kundalama Rinpoche. Word by word, the meaning is that so sentient beings cover the sky. Means numberless sentient beings, numberless helping, hunger gods, animals, numberless human beings, sura beings, asura beings, intermediate beings. So numberless is nature real. So the skies of sentient beings. So you see, numberless of the to cause them happiness. So to cause happiness, the happiness of this life, happiness future lives, not just one life, future lives, until you're free from something. So the ultimate happiness, liberation from samsara, then peerless happiness, Buddhahood, total cessation of obscuration, gross subtle, completion of realization. So, to cause this all the happiness, obtaining enlightenment to sentient beings, to numberless sentient beings, to every sentient being. You see, every tiny insect, even the insect you can't see with the eyes, only through machine, including those. Those such tiny insects, you can see. Lama Chen. So, Lama Chen. So that even which we can see enter the ocean, like flower, like tree, all kinds. Some look like stone, some look like stone. Like something growing or stone. Then the animal comes, what you eat, what that animal eats, animal comes around, then suddenly opens up, then closes. On the animal, this, get inside, then close down. Wow, otherwise, you don't recognize it, it's animal. So it suddenly opens up, closes down very so strongly. The animal went inside, there's no to come out from. There's all kinds of things sentient beings into the ocean. They always have the enemy with them, next to them, nearby, always. Wherever they hide the corner, the enemy is there. So, while you are trying to eat some of the animal alive, then the enemy is catching you. You see, always like that, When you look at it from airplane, it looks like very nice, blue, so nice, so calm, peaceful. The beach, the mountain, look very nice, but that's sort of a hallucination. So then you see, you just go inside the water. Liberty, you just go inside liberty. Wow, there's all this numberless beings. The animals, the insects. They're eating another one. that the fish, this size of fish, I don't know what's it called. There are millions, billions, but they go together. Then when the shark comes, they go like this. So they're afraid. So they go like this together and then become ball. They go like this. But because they're so afraid, become ball, try to be even close, afraid. But you see, then it becomes so easy for the shark to eat it. Whoop, like that, you see? The karma. Then that's not only shark, there were others eating those. Then, and I don't know, even their names are Lamacha. So, unexpressed, this happened. So anyway, then enter the ground in the bushes, numberless, with the tree, trees and sky. So that, and also unexpressed, numberless, but I mean, it's a real sentiment. So you see, if you have bodhicitta, then you see you cause happiness up to enlightenment to everyone. Those even tiny insects you can't see with the machine. You can't see with the eye, but you can see machine. The scientists describe all those ones in the ocean, and the ground. So you see, cause enlightenment, up to enlightenment, all the happiness to every sentence. If you have bodhicitta, that you eliminate them from the ocean to their samsara suffering. You see? Every sentence. But that is the Changdru Samjok. Changdru Samjok Kuna Wang, last word, I remember. That's all that is up to bodhicitta. Bodhicitta, Chandra Samjok, all that, what can do it by bodhicitta can do that. So if you have bodhicitta, this is what you can have, send them all this happiness, up to enlightenment you can cause to everybody, not only your family. Not only your family, 4 or 5 people, or I don't know, 8, not that. Whole sentence. So therefore, look at the sentence, how much suffering. And now you think how it is most important to have bodhicitta, for you to have bodhicitta. You understand? Come to this point. You see, can't delay even second. Not only day, hour, even can't delay second. Have the bodhicitta to help, to free all the, every single scars of symptoms, to free the oceans of samsara suffering, and to bring to cause all the happiness, to bring the enlightenment. To know that, okay? Then therefore, therefore then, I must achieve enlightenment, therefore then, to do perfectly that, and therefore I will going to take room of the perform Dharma, okay? Yeah. 투지침보, 퇴사부지. That's a Genesis text. Shati Yumo Jide, Deji Jina, Tedinila led the number Tabadan. Sawa Juatan, Shinin, the Watson is a think of Java Juros. If you do 1 million, there is 1 day union. If you do 1 day union, result Omane Pemu, then just in this life, the negative karmas get purified, and your mind becomes clear. And when you die, you get born in Amrita Pure Land, blissful realm. And in the lotus, you get born. Then with so many jewel ornaments, you get born. And you remember, in all the life, you remember your life, your previous life, future life. Then burn all the delusions. So if you are born in Pure Land, if you're not born in Pure Land, then to be free from suffering of pain, the suffering of death, sicknesses, or old age, death. And thus, you see, to be free from suffering of pain, dunga. Yeah, and then so forth, all the dissatisfaction, all the suffering there. Then all the samsaric pleasure with that temporary do not last. So cannot continue, cannot complete. Whereas Dharma happiness, you can continue, you can develop, you can complete. When you achieve nirvana, the total cessation of suffering, the Four Noble Truth, true suffering, true cause of suffering, true cessation of suffering, all that, true cessation of the suffering. Oh, because then you achieve the peerless happiness, total cessation of subtle obscuration, not only growth, completion of realization, sangye. So peerless happiness. So, I forgot. I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, so Dharma, you can do that. But some sort of pleasure, you can't do that. You can't continue, you cannot complete. No way. Because it's natural suffering. Why temporary? It's natural suffering. So that we've been trying from beginningless to birth, not only this life. From beginningless to birth, we still didn't get satisfaction, still didn't get complete. So we've been trying from beginning to birth. So we try again to complete. No, there's no way. So we tried from beginning to birth, didn't complete. Yeah. So still didn't get satisfaction. Still same thing, endless. So that second suffering a change, or that, and the third suffering from where the true suffering can, progressive compounding suffering, chapa dujiki dunga. So the aggregates is under the control of delusion karma. That's why pervaded by suffering, and this aggregate is caused by delusion karma. So it is contaminated the seed of disturbing thoughts and this action karma. So from this seed, delusion rises again, suffering rises again. All like that, you see. So you see, you have to actualize the 5 paths to nirvana, or 5 paths to enlightenment. So like that, you have to achieve wisdom directly perceiving object emptiness. What is called true path. Point number 2, the true path. What Buddha explained. You need to actualize that. In this life, you don't reincarnate again in samsara. You don't suffer all the 3 sufferings in samsara. You don't want. You need to actualize that. You see? But if you are born in Pure Land, then you see, in Pure Land, you are free from these 3 sufferings: suffering of pain, suffering of change, previous suffering. You don't have. So something becomes amazing, so easy. We get born Pure Land. So like that, unbelievable, most unbelievable. So that Jiduchoji Jaljan, they said that author of the Jiduchoji Jaljan Ija, the debating text, on the 5 scriptures, and then said that they don't have true suffering in the Pure Land. You have to know that. There's more quotation, but I don't remember. I have the notes, but I don't remember by heart. Such ease, to be born Pure Land. Taksin. So if you do Nyungne, if you do just one day Nyungne, that makes you born so easy in the Pure Land. You have to think about these things. Not just all this life, only 2 days happy, this life happy, but only the temporary happy, not the ultimate happiness, only temporary happy, orderly happy, not that's not that only leads to life, only suffering, from suffering, true suffering, like that. Okay. 아니, 그래서 기버탐질을 용수 좋아. 이미 찍는 되나? If you live newly one day, jealous effect newly, then you from that, then even become totally free from obscuration. Grow subtle. If you do one Nyungne, that's my Guru said, then you purify by doing one Nyungne. The 2 days retreat, and then the 3rd morning you do this. You do sadhana much shorter. The 3rd morning. So basically 2 days Nyungne retreat. So that's excellent, very easy to read in the city. People whose lives are so busy, they don't have time to do month or weeks or that at work don't have time. So weekend they can do Nyungne. So they can do one Nyungne. It's 2 days. So very convenient in the city. So if you do one Nyungne, it purifies 40,000 eons negative karma. Then makes to achieve the supreme human being and Deva. So if you do 8 Nyungne, then you get born in Pure Land, Devachan. So in Nepal, Swayambanath, there is where the Manjushri throne, Swayambanath mountain. So there is Trungpa Rinpoche who came from Tibet. So Rinpoche who came from Tibet. So his monastery there. So he does always Nyungne, every special days, Buddha, Sakadawa, and the Buddha's the preaching Dharma, turning holy Dharma, Buddha's descending from Tushita, the showing the miracle power for 15 days, and then 15 days from 15 days or the beginning of the Tibetan New Year, there 15 days. All the 15 days they're performing miracle power. So those times always they do 8 Nyungne all the time. Then there's older mother. I think mostly mother, not so much the father, Muslim mother, older mother, different parts of Nepal. Yeah, so like that. So the mothers, they did Nyungne age of just only few, not 100, only few. That's only 6 of, I don't know, something like that. So, but then they have complete freedom to, you see, they have no fear to pass away, to die. So they can tell when they're going to die. No fear at all. You see, Genesis guide them. Though they know that they're going to be born in Pure Land. Genesis, Buddha, Pure Land, not Buddha doesn't mean only Tibet or the China, not doesn't mean that Pure Land. Buddha, Genesis or the Amitabha Pure Land. So they know that they're going to go there, and there are many ladies that happened by doing few Nyungnes and then totally free, no danger, no fear to be born in world realms. So, one lady invited Trungpa Rinpoche with the monks to puja at the house, and she said she's going to die at 12 o'clock. And she invited them to the puja, but still she's running around doing service, making service to the monks. So Trungpa Rinpoche thought, well, maybe she's not true. She's going to die at 12 o'clock. Not true. She's still going around. She's okay. Trungpa Rinpoche thought like that. They were right at 12 o'clock. She sat on the bed in meditation. And that's she passed away in meditation. Or she went to Pure Land, Genesis Pure Land. Only like that, there are many ladies happened there. Just there. They didn't finish all 100 Nyungne. Whereas those were coming, but they did only a few Nyungnes. Then if you do 25 Nyungnes, it purifies 80,000 eons of negative karma. 80,000 eons of negative karma get purified.
И если вы совершили 25 таких ретритов, то посредством этих ретритов вы очищаете 80 тысяч эонов или 80 тысяч каль негативной кармы.
If you do 15 yune, then the corresponding I think million saya, I don't know, eons of negative karma get purified.
И если совершаете 50 таких минут, то вы очищаете, если не ошибаюсь, миллион эонов негативной кармы.
So saya, 100,000 is one saya.
И здесь говорится 10 по 100 тысяч и 10 по 100 тысяч.
So that means eons.
Таким образом, если вы совершаете 50 ретритов в минут, то вы очищаете целый 1 миллион эонов негативной кармы.
That means eons negative karma get purified.
Такое количество эонов негативной кармы вы очищаете посредством ретритов.
The 108 gune, then you purify kavachavatakya. So means 100 million eons negative karma get purified.
Если вы совершили 108 ретритов в минут, то посредством этого количества вы очищаете 100 миллионов каль негативной кармы.
So many people do that. 100 million, it doesn't take a year. It doesn't take even one full year. Then, because so many people do that, 100 million.
И многие люди совершают 108 ретритов, и для этого нужен даже не полный год. Для того, чтобы выполнить 108 ретритов в Луне, необходимо время меньше, чем один год.
Then you get born in the front row, in the presence of Buddha Amitabhis.
И после этого вы рождаетесь в чистой земле в Сукхавате перед ликом в присутствии Амитабхи, Будды Амитабхи.
By abiding the body in the retreat, generous practice in the retreat, then all the negative karmas collected, the body from beginningless rebirth get purified.
Если вы совершаете такое количество ретритов, то вся та негативная карма, которая была накоплена, бесчисленной, без начальных рождений, полностью очищается.
The body abiding in the retreat, there's a fasting, one meal, first 1 meal, there's no breakfast, 1 meal, and the second day there's no drink, no eating, nothing. That second day, total full fasting. So some monasteries, they do even speed don't swallow. You collect speed in bottle. Some monasteries are more strict. Then abiding in the body, abiding in the virtue, protecting, abiding the retreat away from non-virtuous action of body. Then speech abiding in the retreat, then that purifies negative karma collected with speech from beginningless rebirth. So second day you can't speak. You practice silence. There's abiding speech in the retreat. So, and then the mind abiding in the retreat from non-virtuous action of a mind. Then it purifies the negative karma collected with the mind from beginningless rebirth. By the body abiding in the retreat, we're not eating, fasting, not eating, drinking. So then you don't get reborn hungry ghost, preta. Those negative karmas which makes to be born and preta get purified. Speech about in the retreat, practicing silence, then you don't get born animal realm. It purifies the negative karmas which makes to be born in the animal realm that you collect from beginner's rebirth. So mind about in the retreat, then you don't get born in hell. So if I clarify that, so purify negative karma of the body, like killing, stealing, sexual conduct, or the collector from beginner's rebirth purified. Then my speech about in the retreat, then negative karma, telling lies, slandering, gossiping, harshly speaking, saying words which hurt other people, other sentiments. So collector, negative karma collector from beginner's birth and they get purified. So mind about in the retreat, it purifies the negative karma of the collector of the mind, covetousness, napsum, ill will, and heresy. Those negative karmas get purified. Then body about in the retreat, there creates karma in the future lives to get born in a beautiful body. Why beautiful body? So that you can benefit for others. You can benefit for others. Sentiments like Lama Atisha, like many of those ancient pandits and the Kaswara yogis like that. They're purposely born with beautiful body and king's family also, so that you can have so many sentiments. And practice silence, so do not create the negative karma of the speech. Then there creates karma, easy to speak, and your talk is kind of Jabat number type, and very precise, pure. Then mind not being distracted, mind in the virtue, about in the virtue, without distraction. So then mind becomes very clear, intelligent, capable to help others. So, body about in the retreat, then you create cause to Buddha's holy body, to each of the Buddha's holy body, adorned with the 32 holy signs, 80 holy exemplification. And the speech about the silence. So that creates cause to achieve the Buddha's perfect speech with the 60 qualities. Mind about in the retreat, they makes to achieve 5 wisdom, 5 transcendental wisdom. It is said by Bodhisattva Dawa Gyantsu. So, but there's one student, Chunang Lai, Dr. Chunang Lai, she was a scientist, Dr. Chunang Lai. So, she was doing Western scientist, but she saw, I think they proved many wrong things, and then she gave up. she followed the curing many people by doing Yungne, and through diet. So she could many people who have cancer. Dr. Chunalai. Many people are recovered. So by leading Yungne, and I went a few times to give Atman precept or lead Yungne. So one person who couldn't move his arm, for 30 years, but by coming to the Yungne, and then he was able to move. So the many happened. Like that, many happened. The cancer or many, so very blessed, very powerful practice, very blessed. Then, one nunnery in Nepal, I haven't been there, but we have been helping. After the earthquake, then the nunnery is so much destroyed, and they moved down Kathmandu, and things like that happened. So we have been sending money to them to do 100 million mantras. So each year they do 2 times, if there's a benefactor. So we've been doing a few times, and there's a student in Singapore, she's been sponsoring, and so like that. So when they started first Mani Padme Hum, million times, then rains came right time, crops grew well, everything developed. When they started first time, 100 Mani Padme Hum, 100 million times in the nunnery. What's called? Nunnery? Bigu, Bigu. Because reciting mantra is one thing, but the other thing is taking Atmayana precepts. So that's incredible power, benefits to the country, to the world and to the country. Because you see, all the Nagas, Devas, Nagas in the area all become very happy when the people do Atman precepts in Yungne, very happy in the recital of Mani Padme Hum. And the White Lotus Holy Dharma, Dhamje Beggar, it is said, Buddhas tell the number. River Ganga, 62 River Ganga. River Ganga like that 62. And that many River Gangas, the atom of the sand grain. That many Buddhas, you make offering, you see? Then you recite, then you recite the holy name of Genesis. Just the name of Genesis. You just memorize just the name of the Genesis, or did just one procession to Genesis. The benefit is equal to if you make offering 62 River Ganga, the sand, river Ganga is very big. Many people here you don't see in India, Varanasi. So river Ganga is very big, very long. So you make offering to the atoms of the sand of the sixth true river Ganga. So that many Buddhas you make offering. And then just you remember that the Genesis holy name, or just do one prostration to Genesis, the benefit is equal. And so it says, my root Guru says, oh, Sanjay, come lower in bed. The undeceiving, Buddha's whole teaching, the undeceiving. You can believe it, you can trust that. Have a step of faith in the practice. So do not waste this one time you received perpetual rebirth, this one time, only without going and useless laziness, without then make it meaningful, etc. During the New especially this time, during the New and the deities of the secret mantra, Vajrayana, and perform yoga, perform Tantra yoga, related by practicing this, and then you reach in the line of the practitioner of Tantra. How much it takes time? Within 60 lifetime, you achieve enlightenment. 제발도 다른 유니니까 상한 도저 때문에 하다. 나 지난주 담아던 데가 냠들랑배 처들인지 저도 레시. 주자면 거에 제가 주주 레미 제가 저공도 타봐 좋아 임베 편연 저다 that okay all right that was my root guru said. Any particular category Dawad Sutra, light, moonlight. Kanshikawa samji mijabar. Jawa chawama chöchele. Sorry. Kange tamdu rabdu jigbara. Deche tama gawa jurise. Ninten tune lava jujoba sumdine tewe cheje pa. Tewe chebra pa. So, anybody for inconceivable eons make offering to millions of Buddhas and then anybody when Buddha Dharma is extremely degenerating, ending. Buddha's teaching, when it ends, when it's ending, then Ninten Tune Lava Chikjaba, one day, daytime or nighttime, even practice one vow, one morality, practice, not talking about 8, just one. Sonam Dini Teve Kebrava, this merit is far more greater than that. So what is that? You make offering, somebody make offering to 10 million Buddha, like that, 100,000 Buddha, then for many 100 years, he may offering. And in the past, when the Buddha's teaching being developed, then long time you protect the vow. But nowadays, when the Buddha's teaching becoming end, during this time, you keep one vow, one day or night, one vow. Keeping one vow is great, so much great benefit, greater benefit. Yeah, see, that's the time. Okay, so unbelievable benefit to the 60 centimeters, benefit to the world, this world, to face by global problems and the country problems, all the wars, all the famines, and then hazard signatures, all the danger of fire, water, all this, so okay. So, yeah, economics, development, economics, so much benefit. Besides yourself is completely taken care of, from life to life, because only higher birth, you get reborn in Pure Land, and achieving enlightenment, so this is even the benefit of the world. Okay, so I must stop here. So once you know how to do then in the life as much as possible, in the group or even you are alone, very good to try as much as possible. Every year you can, whatever you can do, then there are many people who handle so if you can organize, if you can arrange, you can do by yourself, or there's a group who want to do, then join, or you can plan anything what you like, okay? So I think that's all. Yeah, thank you. But still there's to explain some of the story of lineage lamas, which if Genesis, then there's very, very inspiring stories. The benefits of Jungni there are others. So then that would take much time. So already late, now already late, 7:30. So don't be scolded by minister. I was supposed to speak from 5 to 6. So, okay. So here, who recited Om Mani Padme Hum in the world, different countries? Argentina, Australia, Bhutan, Canada, Colombia, Spain, France, Indonesia, India, Italy, Malaysia, Singapore, Mexico, Sweden, UK, US. Then coming. Sorry, okay. The one who have been cooking for us. Last time I went to the house, when I came here, maybe 1 or 2 hours before, went to the house and had a meal there, lunch. Sorry, I don't know her name. So this time she came to cook all time I staying here. So her grandmother came before some days ago before, and yesterday. She looks very fortunate lady. That's what I thought when she came first. So yesterday I asked her, does she recite Amani Pema or not? Mela. 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 Her name is Mela, sorry. The one who has been cooking for me, offering all the meals. Mela. So our mother asked her yesterday, does she recite Ramana Pema? Yes. She recites 50,000 a day. 50,000 a day. So I said, she's extremely fortunate. And then I said, for whom you recite the mantra? So I was very interested, Usually, who recites a lot of Amana Pema Hum, usually it's for sentient beings, it's for others. Usually, who recite a lot. So I asked her, for whom you recite? So she said, for sentient beings. Great, that's incredible, so precious. So I was telling the family, she's so fortunate. She's already guided by Genesis not only this life, but life to life, all guided by Genesis. And she go to enlightenment. She go up, not down. She go up, Genesis enlightenment. So I said that no worry at all for her. When she dies, no worry, no need to worry about her condition. Is it lower realm ending? No worry, no. It's totally. She saved her life. She took care of her life. Totally motivated. Think of sentient being. Oh, the best. So that's great. So, as I said, no need to worry. So you can comfortably life to life, the Genesis enlightenment. So, she passed away. No at all. Then I think maybe Mela. I think Mela was not familiar to think mother's death because you don't normally don't think. So she was. It appeared to me she was happy to. She was kind of to die. My mother's death. You see. No need to worry at all. She's completely thinking about that. So she was not familiar with that. Of course, worry is only if you're so much attached, then you don't accept from that. You are so attached, you see. But mother's condition, her condition, lower realm, no worry. Definitely, she's a complete guided by Genesis, life to life, to go to enlightenment. Yeah, but that's, I'm telling this story, but I'm telling you, you have to think about your life. You're responsible for your life. There's a Madam, M-D-A-M, Madam, your name? Madam Valia. Madam Valia. M-D-A-M. Madam Valia. Yeah. There's a...
Да, и
Adhanem recited 3.2 million money since this year, January, till this time. Okay, yeah. Thank you. So there may be also, she informed, but there may be others who may have been reciting less or more. However, to everyone, I thank very much. Okay. I sponsor at Bajorgani in France. How many years ago? How many years ago since I've been sponsoring? Huh? Yeah, 7 years. There are about 10 people, or 100 Yungne? 100 Yungne people who doing. I've been sponsoring in France at Vajrayogini Center. So 7 years ago, try to inspire. Yeah, so now we're going to dedicate all these people, different countries, then last China and Taiwan, and all the people, including us here, coming then have been reciting Genesis Compassion Buddha's mantra. And due to all the past, present, married, by everybody, by us here, everybody, all the different country people who have been reciting mantra, joining the reciting Compassion Buddha mantra, including us, everyone, first, the supreme leader of us, 6 relevant sentient beings, and from whom that we receive, the sentient beings, receive all the happiness. That is His Holiness Dalai Lama. So His Holiness is to have a stable life until our samsara ends, and His Holiness holy wishes will succeed immediately. And in particular, the Tibetans in Tibet and outside Tibet, to achieve a middle way path, what His only wishes, total freedom, or as quick as possible, without delay even a second. All the holy beings in the world who came here to benefit others, and then may they all have a long life and continuously benefited to the sentient beings, and the teaching Buddha, from where the sentient beings receive peace and happiness, made it last long time, spread in all the directions, and the Sangha, who preserve Dharma, spread Dharma, develop Dharma, then the country, to have long life and to be healthy, long life. They study day and night, so many years, so hard, and besides living in the morality and memorizing text, memorizing so many 100 pages of text, and the very side, study so hard, total sacrificing their life. Then you see, then they have, they are developing the pure, not only pure life, but knowledge, able to practice, to teach, able to teach in the world. So then the have short life is not good for the world. Is not good for the world. So to have long life, to have we dedicate all our measures to have long life. To have a healthy long life, beneficial for sentient beings, and then the benefactors of the Sangha, serve the teaching Buddha and the Sanghas, all them to have also long life, healthy long life. All they wish to serve, to collect merit, to serve Sangha teaching, and then to all their wishes to succeed, and as well. Then all the people all the people who are doing good things for others in the world, whether they believe or non-believer, but who are doing good things for others. They will have also long, healthy lives. Long, healthy, meaningful life. And then never ever get a reborn Lord and the achieving enlightenment quickly. And then even the evil beings, and the fishermen and the butchers and all different kinds. So all the different kinds, and then pursuit and all the different kinds, then able to meet the Dharma and able to change their mind and renounce the cause of suffering, non-virtue, and the cause of happiness. Cause of happiness, virtue practice, and then stop those harmful actions, the sentient beings. So then they have long life. Even they to have long life after that. Then all the different country people who have joined to recite Om Mani Padme Hum, and the last of the China and Taiwan, and all of us here, dedicated to a long, meaningful long life, healthy life, meaningful, healthy long life. Beneficial for sentient being every day, every hour, every minute, every second. Beneficial for all the 6 realms of sentient beings out there. With the bodhicitta also to be like that. Okay. Then all the wishes to be achieved, to be succeed immediately. All the wishes to be succeed immediately according to Holy Dharma, and every action about the spirit mind. All of us, and then all the people in the different countries recite Om Mani Padme, become cause of enlightenment. Become cause of enlightenment. All of that. Okay, so then the world, due to all the past, present, future marriage practiced by me, by us, then all the people who reside in different countries, China, Taiwan, and so everyone, do the marriage, then may the wars happen now, future, to be stopped immediately, and then may the famines and disease, all that happen to stop immediately, and may the danger of fire, water, air, earth, all those problems to be stopped immediately, tsunamis and all those things if stopped to never happen, then the global problems of weather, the harms to the life from pollution, all this, then scarce water, and supposed to be getting more and more difficult to get water in the world, scarcity. But some of the problems, all that to change, to prevent, as quick as possible. Then perfect peace, happiness prevailed in everyone's heart by generating love, kindness, compassion, bodhicitta in everyone's heart. Okay? On the sentiment is Dhamma and achieving enlightenment as quick as possible. That's all. Next one, sorry. Yes, I think many people seems like to retreat 6,000 Amana Pema Hum, or if you start the long one, I think for more than 15,000. I think 40,000 mantra, 40,000 times to recite. If it's more than 30 syllables, then I think 10,000. That's a long mantra. So, but Om Mani Padme Hum, then 600,000 you count the syllables. That or the. Do the 100 million mantra again next time. But that has to be well taught, discussed. So retreat is we have to have a white food, and it's good if you can do 1 or 2 weeks. It's also. Etmana precepts, so very powerful. So we see. Changzhou, Zhenzhou, Rinpo, Je, Ma, Je, Ba, Na, Je, Ju, Je, Je, Ba, Nyam, Ba, Me, Ba, Gong, Ne, Gong, Du, Be, Ba, Yu, Je, De, did all the past, the present, which are made to collect by me, I made to collect by numberless and then numberless Buddhas, which exist in my name. May I, who exists in my name, achieve the Buddhahood which exists in my name, and lead all the sentient beings who exist in my name to that Buddhahood which exists in my name, by myself alone who exists in my name. Jamun Bhavachita Jimbata Kunda Sambhati Yandijita Kunjajita Dara Jakavata Tanjara Dungo, Tusan Shebe Javata Jajunga Kala Chusanga, Takeve Savatikinya Samachujara Dungo, chỉ kiến giáo bồi toàn cải chờ dạy thái môn bảo do cái dạy ra mà chiếu do tới chạy mà lệ So tomorrow also we'll talk, dedicate. Tomorrow we'll talk, so if it's live, then tomorrow talk, so we dedicate also that. So somebody asked a special mantra to go around, I didn't get done, so tomorrow I'll do. And then somebody asked us, room for the sur practice. Спасибо.